Hello everybody, welcome back to It's Current Year for another quick battle ladder replay. Today on Sulphur River against Hubert J. Farnsworth, a very good Total War 2 player indeed. I am playing the Dark Elves. Hubert J. Farnsworth is playing the Tomb Kings. So let's jump on in, take a look at the armies, give it a pause for a second. So over to my opponent's force. He has taken quite a decent size unit or a few units of cavalry here. Skeleton horsemen archers in the front, backed up by 3 units of Nehakaran warriors. He has a frontline infantry corps of Tomb Guard and skeleton warriors across the front, pretty stock standard. He's got a Tomb Scorpion here for some anti-infantry shenanigans, also some Ushabti with great bow hidden in the trees there. And for his character, he has taken a Death Mage with the Spirit Leech and Fate of Buna and the Nafar's Incantation Scroll, is it called? Nafar's Scrolls of Mighty Incantation for buffing his Winds of Magic. And just a vanilla Tomb King who has taken the Scorpion Armor for some damage resistance when his hit points drop low, as well as I Will Be Done and Tomb Strike. So pretty mobile force here. Cut some costs by going the regular Tomb King rather than Cetra or Archon or anyone like that. So over for my forces, my front line consists of just some Bleak Swords and Dread Spears in the front line here, backed up by some repeated crossbow, some Dark Shards rather. Repeated crossbowmen, that takes me back a few editions. Some Dark Riders with repeated crossbows in the woods here. Some Corsairs, as well as the Hellebroni and some Blackguard protecting the rear here, and some Witch Elves here in the middle just for rampaging value targets, and 3 repeated bolt throwers spread out here. So a wide force. My army is led by a Supreme Sorceress of Fire. She's taken Fireball, Piercing Bolts, and Flaming Sword of Ruin, as well as the Opal Amulet. So let's get the battle underway. And there's a bit of jockeying for position at the start here. Okay, we're just realigning my forces. I see obviously his big cavalry blob here, and I decided to just tee off some shots because they are quite nicely blobbed up. Usually I wouldn't bother with the spray fire mode. I don't think it's all that effective unless it's against really blobbed infantry, but I figured he was pretty blobbed up here, so I just wanted to get some shots in, try and get them split up and forcing him to micro them a little bit while I assume my position here. So I'm just moving up a little bit away from the trees, bringing my shielded infantry forward just to screen my Dark Shards, and then I plan to just use my Witch Elves as a bit of a marauding force here. He's going to do some dodging here of my repeated crossbow, so I decide after a few shots here just to sort of move them up, sort of get them a bit more central, so I can protect them a little bit easier. Again, over here, he's putting shots into my Dark Shards, good use of his ammunition. I'll return fire here in a second with my shielded infantry, just moving up. I notice, there's not a lot to be worried about here. They're not obviously going to charge me, but if I can just get them pushed back and a bit of separation between my Dark Shards and his missile cav, then that'll be fine. He does actually get I believe it's a Fate of Buna, down on my Witch Elves, which is quite nasty, and I see him maybe coming in for a strike, so I am coming forward with my Witch Elves just to try and, if I can rampage the Tomb King, get him out of the way early, but he does pull back. So again, just some just sort of both sallying forward. His infantry line is sort of just holding tight at the moment, and we're just trading shots. I'm trying to work down some of his fast movers. He's trying to sort of bait me into a charge, I think, to get an attack order, just to move my troops out a little bit. But he is getting some nice shots into my Dark Shards. They are actually taking a fair bit of damage here. Again, he comes in for a little quick strike with his Tomb King. I'm hoping to maybe try and get my Witch Elves to rampage him. I probably do let them get a little bit overextended here, but I do get some good damage into him, actually. I get a few shots from the crossbowmen and the bolt throwers, so take a bit of HP off him there, and push him back. And I will be retreating my Witch Elves because obviously they are very susceptible to small arms fire like this. I do see his Nehakaran horsemen just coming around the flank, so I am ready for them. I need to sort of get these guys forward. I was a bit slow on the micro here with my repeated crossbowmen, but I'm just spreading my anti-large troops out, giving them something to fall back to. And as you can see, I'm starting to wear down his skeleton horsemen. Maybe perhaps just overextend a little bit here. I get a little bit over eager just to get some more shots in and try and finish them off. And I should probably be conserving my ammunition on my bolt throwers here rather than teeing them off through the trees, things like that. But I am getting some good damage in on the Tomb King. I have him got probably about a third of his health down. I take a unit out here just to get some shots in, see if I can bait the Nerkaran warriors into a charge. I can always pull back behind my spearmen or the Hellebronai, who are great for slowing down cav forces as well. And again, in hindsight, probably should have just kept these guys a little bit further back. There's no need for me to overextend, and I've probably left myself open. If he does get through, it's going to be harder for me to respond and get stuff back on my bolt throwers. But I'm happy with the damage that I'm causing at the moment. I want to work these guys down. You know, I don't have a great answer to Nerkara horsemen. Obviously, I don't want to get anywhere near them with my Dark Riders, and I am again pulling them back. Probably overextended once again with my repeated crossbowmen. I need to get them back, but I see his infantry line coming forward, and I noticed that this side is actually all skeleton warriors, so I'm fine to fight a 2-on-1 over here. I know I need my my more elite troops over here, like my Blackguard and my Corsairs, to try and deal with my Tomb Guard. Corsairs aren't going to be great for fighting Tomb Guard, but they'll do a lot better than obviously Bleak Swords. Again, just using my Hellebronai here to screen out his Nerkara horsemen. He's starting to split them a little bit, and a Fate Buna going down here on the Blackguard does some pretty nasty damage. Doesn't kill any unit models, but they are down to half health, so they'll start dropping fairly quickly. Again, just dropping back with a unit of spearmen just to try and keep my my repeated crossbowmen safe, but my Bleak Swords have shattered, and I don't want my Witch Elves anywhere near them. They will get absolutely shredded, but I am a little bit slow to react here with my repeated crossbowmen. I do manage, however, to get the Nerkara horsemen to sort of queue up an attack order on my repeated crossbowmen Dark Riders, and they do go into the Hellebronai, so some good little road blocking there from me there. It'd be good if I could just get rid of the rest of these skeleton horsemen archers, but they have nearly expended their ammunition. Over here, I'm desperate to try and get his Tomb King rampage for the most part, so I can actually just concentrate on him with the repeated bolt throwers, and he won't be able to actually duke my shots. Over here, obviously, we see this Bleak Swords got worked down by the Tomb King, but my spearmen are holding. This side's a little different. Obviously, Blackguard not too bad against Tomb Guard with their armor piercing and their great combat stats, but I kind of need the Blackguard over here to help with the Nerkara horsemen. The Hellebronai have been blocked up on these ones out here. He's holding these ones back in reserve. I believe that's the 3rd level of the Realm of Souls going down, and I'm starting to just try and pull back to my little sort of firing base here, but I'm running out of infantry to plug the holes. The Blackguard are getting double teamed by a few units of Tomb Guard. Corsairs are actually holding out alright. They're up to 43 kills, which are all Tomb Guard, but the Tomb Scorpion here is putting a bit of hurt on my Blackguard, and he's starting to get some shots into my backfield here with his Ushapti with Great Bow, which I was actually completely unaware that he had even taken until about this point in the battle. Witch Elves are still going on here, so I'm trying to sort of use them with their rampage to try and get everything to gang up on them, so I can then move my my firing lines back. But he has got into the backfield, and he is disrupting my repeated bolt throwers with his ammo depleted skeleton horseman archers, so a great secondary use of them. These Nerkara horsemen are starting to look a bit tattered, but they're still in my backline. Rushing over here to try and respond with the Hellebronai. He pops his Ushapti summon here, and these repeated crossbowmen here are in massive amount of trouble. As you see, the Blackguard are holding out here really well. 88 kills, pretty much all of which are Tomb Guard. They won't mind fighting the Tomb Scorpion, but that Tomb Scorpion is really helpful, and I've just got some scraps of routing infantry here, repeated crossbowmen Dark Riders here, and I'm just running out of things to protect my backline. I do notice that he's really, really low on his Tomb King, so I think I'm about to rip a fireball here if I can remember correctly, but all of my bolt throwers are being pressured. The Hellebronai here are fighting tooth and nail to try and clear out these Ushapti and just hold them back. They will start desummoning soon, but it's getting pretty desperate back here. I'm just running out of things to to protect with. We've got these Dark Riders coming back, but they're about to cop a charge from the Skeleton Horseman Archers, and given their morale is so low and they've taken so much damage, they're probably going to break. I do have some regrouping infantry coming back into the fight, but as you said, I'm just frantically microing here, trying to keep my bolt throwers back, trying to just roadblock them, trying to split my repeater crossbowmen up. Most of them are doing that naturally anyway because they're fleeing. As you can see, these guys actually did water off those skeleton horsemen. I have some dark shards here and some repeater crossbows here, which I'll be rallying back into the fight pretty soon. I think my sorceress has actually been attacked by his large priest. I do manage to get the Tomb King down here. He's crumbling, so I think I'm maybe in this with a little bit of a chance here if I can get this down and impart a bit of a leadership debuff on his forces. And I do have some regrouping infantry here, but it's just so tattered. Everything is so damaged. We're trying to get this repeater bolt throw crew back to their instruments, but this unit of Sharpty Greatbow still have some ammo and are quite healthy. Getting some shots into the Tomb Scorpion. These Tomb Guard here are providing really annoying. More regrouping infantry on the periphery here, the Dark Shards and the Witch Elves, but I'm just struggling to sort of get the balance of power back to normal with the damage potential of these Greatbow Sharpty. They have ammo left. They'll be decent in combat once they do decide to commit. And all of my stuff is just so tattered and so bashed up that it's leadership failing across the board. He hasn't got much left, but he still has 59 Tomb Guard here, who are no joke. Still has 9 Sharpty Greatbow with a little bit of ammo left, and a half healthy Tomb Scorpion, and with that I hit army losses. A really awesome game against a very, very good player. Can't quite pull it off today, but I was pretty pleased with how it went. When this wasn't obviously a planned match. I don't know Hubert James Farnsworth, or haven't had any contact with him, so just matched up against him on ladder, and I have played against him a few times and definitely haven't gone that well, but I thought that was a really, really good game, obviously against a really good player. Pretty happy with my list and how my I think against Tomb Guard the best way to go is to go a bit wide, make sure you can spread your forces and protect your backline from threats. The inclusion of the Witch Elves is obviously basically centered around trying to rampage targets like the Tomb King, so then you can get shots into them with your Dark Shards and your Bolt Throwers. Mobile pressure with the Dark Riders to put armor-piercing shots into things like Nekara Warriors, ward off Skeleton Archers, or even just rip shots into the Tomb Kings or Tomb Scorpions. So, all over, I'm not too unhappy with the army I took. I probably didn't use my Winds of Magic all that well on my Supreme Sorceress, and obviously, given how spread out the fight was, I didn't take Burning Head, but I don't think Burning Head would have been all that effective in that fight. I probably needed to hold back my Black Guard. Yes, they have a reasonably good matchup against Tomb Guard, but I needed these guys in the back line to help ward off the cavalry, which broke through, to potentially give the Tomb King something extra to think about. Obviously, being immune to psychology, they can't be terror-routed by him, so that's handy. Spearmen will basically just hold him up. They're not going to actually do any damage to him. But yeah, great game, and overall pretty happy with how I played and the list. And obviously Hubert J. Farnsworth is a great player. So thanks for checking out the video, and we'll be back again with more soon. Take care.